Hello everyone, you're watching GTSam. I'm Sam, and here we are again with another Cadillac quick tutorial, but not on the trusty Cadillac, but my real one. I want to go ahead and show you guys how to go ahead and remove the center console. If you're planning on upgrading, making any changes, or taking, let's say, a unit from a different model to another one, especially if it has like the hardware capabilities, you want to put it in another one, well then this is perfect video for you. Or if you want to try and add some aftermarket upgrade, this will help out a lot. This is not very hard, it doesn't take very long, and you only need a select few tools to actually get inside of there. Well, what do we need? We need a plastic trim removal tool, screwdriver, and we need to have something that can take out 10mm bolts and 8. So, let me show you first what we're going to be doing. Okay, as you can see, we are inside the vehicle now, and so I'm going to go ahead and make sure you can move up the center console right here. This is the first thing you're removing, so if you have any accessories, move them out of the way. Then, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I put the car in accessory mode. Accessory mode. Alright. Yeah, driver accessories, don't need all that on. I'm going to put this in neutral. Make sure your brake is on as well, the parking brake. Mine is already on, so we're good. And then, so since we are in neutral, I'm going to go ahead and start prying up around these edges here. Now, I have two tools for that. Here we are. So I prefer the larger one right here. First, get inside. Start kind of from the back. It's kind of just doing a little bit of wiggle and jiggle in here. Of course, don't want to break anything, but it is going to be a little bit tough to kind of get in there initially. If your console is a bear like mine for some reason, you're going to need probably two tools, but eventually I was able to just get this a lot thicker piece underneath the back here. I was able to lift up, so I got this side taken care of. Let me get this side. Tell you what, this one's tough. I did one the other day, and it was fine. But man, this one's something. Whew! Man, super glue? Alright, anyways, as you can see, it just pulls kind of back and then up and out of the way a little bit. So, there we go. That's good. And then you have two 8mm on both sides as well. You gotta take those out, and then just gonna pull out the middle here. So let's go ahead and finish that up. You gotta kind of pull up and towards the start to come out. And the top part right here, I'm gonna go ahead and lift up and back. You don't want to pull too hard, you're gonna snap some pins. A little resistance in the way because of the air vents. Okay. Well, you just got to pull from the top there, get some foam kind of keeping it all in there, so I guess that's fine, but it kind of gets in the way a little bit. Okay, so once you're back there, boy, look at all the room back here, you get store stuff here. But anyways, it's the system which we want to get out. And then we have, back here, got two cables, one for accessory power, cigarette lighter, and then there's another cable for getting all the other accessories out. So this takes a little bit of time, just a little maneuvering, some clips to get out, but not too bad. After that, you're able to pull out the whole unit then. It's out, and it still looks really good, and that's why I'm not going to replace it. Just going to upgrade it with a few components and some few buttons. So now we got to go ahead and get this out. As you see, we've got another two 8mm bolts right on top there, and some wires you're going to have to pull out and get to in just a little bit. And here we go. We have the two units right here. I can see a little bit of differences. Silver bezel in the front, on the sides, a nice light beige, nice black over here. And this one is the newer, well, not newer, this is the other one that I want to upgrade from. So you see I have a DVD audio, say the Dolby thing up here, and this doesn't have any of that. This one has like info config. This one has HDD for hard drives, delete info record config, and so it has much more features with the hard drive internal recording. This car also had heated seats. Mine does not, unfortunately, which is very sad. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this working screen and put it over to this one instead, and just keep the buttons also. Everything else on here works great. I don't need to change anything else. Just out this middle unit right here. So should be pretty simple to do. Let's take a little bit back. I say simple, but we have to kind of remove a few different like screws and wires and things like that to go ahead and get in here to the control assembly. Don't be too intimidated. We're gonna take our time with it and just get right down to it. Okay, so we got everything a little bit apart here. So let me give you a little guided tour where all the screws are. We have one right down there. We got one there, there. And then in the middle here, we have a couple of small ones, very small ones. So right there, here, here. Let's get on the side. You have up here, two, here, and then up top here, between the two, but just two between all these connectors, and then it goes down there. So there's a lot of them. But now, I'd say, before we start lifting everything up, try and get our connectors out of the place, and then take it lift a little bit easier. Ta-da! Now we can go ahead and open this one and just start swapping them out. Next, we're going to go ahead and get this module out for the display, so I'm going to go ahead and unhook this right now. Okay, so now we've got both our control modules out for the heating and air conditioning, but also for if you need to have heated seats, then you have your module as well. Now, which one's which? Can't really tell from the back too much, can you? Well, if you turn it to the front, you can, because this one has two LEDs, this one has one. This one has more buttons, this one only has less, I guess 2 buttons. So, what's the difference here? Well, this one has the heat seat controls for all 3 levels, and then also it has the air conditioning levels as well. This one just has air conditioning. So this is the one I have, and this is what I need. But I could take this, but it wouldn't do me any good because I don't have any heated seats in my car. But I'd keep this one because, well, I don't have a heated seat, so it would work perfectly. And then I won't be able to use this. But that's how you take this out and replace these modules if you need to. You can put this in if you don't even have heat seats and probably still work. Don't quote me on that one. But I'm going to just leave it in for the next person just so they have their heated seat control still. In order to get that all out, you just need to remove like a few screws, I think 3, right around here. Then you have a plastic casing for the back of the actual unit. And then all the little tiny screws in. You need a pretty fine screwdriver, so as you can tell, you have a few small screws in there. But then you can just take out your module, put the other one in, and then you button it back up, and then just reinstall it like that. All right, once you get this unit now with the 4 screws right in front there, we want to go ahead and move these cables back here. So we got 2 kind of like fiber optic lines, and then we just have this whole big thing here. And the person before me looks like they did an okay job wiring things up, so that's always good. Appreciate that. Now, go ahead and remove these very carefully. These we're going to have like a tab. You might need a screwdriver then to push on them to help out. And this one's just a clip that kind of pulls down and push. All right, pro tip, everybody. I'd say get some kind of blanket cloth or a nice padded coat jacket. Put it over the center console here and all your leather and things like that. So while you're working on this and moving it around, doesn't mark everything up. Because, well, for one thing, I needed to. Because right here, this one came out okay. This one did not. You see this clip right there, it just was too protruded out, and it was like just getting stuck. And unfortunately, I had to go ahead and just really pry it out. So you can see that right down here, this clip right there, the pressing of the button and everything like that, it was not working. But no worries, this still works perfectly fine, and no one's gonna see it, so that's okay. Now, I like keeping things in clean, neat order, but unfortunately, just this plastic just had to break, but doesn't affect the functionality or visual. Okay, reverse order, you just want to go ahead and put your 8. Okay, stop the video for a second here. I got to go ahead and tell you that there's an issue here that you might notice later on, that my whole system stayed the same. Why is that? Well, it's sadly because the newer components from the upgraded vehicle do not work on my system. Yes, some of the interior parts like the hard drive system will not connect up to my older panel on my system. There are some cables and plugs missing from the back that just you can't do anything with. So unfortunately, I did have to just keep it stock and keep everything the same, which is sad, but wanted to let you know and be upfront with you that if you are doing something similar to this, you want to be aware of the pitfalls of completing a project like this. So I went ahead and switched everything back over to stock of what I had and then put everything back in the vehicle from which it came. Millimeters in on round. Make sure you got your car and shift it into neutral here. And then go ahead and get your unit back up and ready. Remember, you have 2 spots you've got for the cigarette lighter and then your controls here. Don't forget to plug in back all your wires here as well, or else it's going to be annoying to just put everything back, take everything back out again. And once everything back together, you just got to go. So from inserting from the top and then kind of work your way down. Make sure your temperature works, and my screen is also lighting up, so that's good. And make sure all your buttons work too. All right, that's all working. So now he's gonna go ahead and put our bolts back in. So you got your 8 here, 10 here, and same with the other side. And then he's gonna put this back on top too. He's gotta go ahead and slide this nicely into place. Don't wanna force anything. Yeah, right in here, it has to line up with a small hole in the edge there. Well, that wasn't the most fun thing ever. So what we have to do with this is push it, get in the back. Then you need these ever so small like tabs under here to line up. It honestly still isn't like perfect, but it'll definitely do. So you gotta be kind of gentle and just kind of wiggle each side around until they kind of insert. And there we have it. We're all back together. Everything is functioning, and even the shifter. Put it back in park. And I got my all this custom wiring all taken care of as well. Everything fits snug again. So we can go ahead and turn that off now. Everything is safe. That's it for this video on how to remove the center infotainment section and upgrading your radio and replacing it. So guys, what do you think of this video? Go ahead and leave your comments down below. Love to read them and help you guys out if you have any questions about anything. Also, leave a thumbs up if you like this video. And unfortunately, if you're didn't like it, well, you can hit the thumbs down, but that's no fun. Also, make sure you subscribe for more videos quite like this and more quick tips like this and other things all with this Cadillac. But guys, thank you so much for watching. This is GTSam, and I'll catch you next time.